Hello, everyone. It is our weekly market update, except we're doing it on Thursday this week because I was at a real estate convention for Keller Williams. It's called Mega Camp, and it's where top producers come together and share their insights, and they talk a little bit about the market and Keller Williams as a whole. And it's just so cool because KW is a sharing company. We're an open book company from profit and loss statements, just how our associate leadership council is ran and how decisions are made, as well as, all the agents that work there as well. Sorry, I'm approving Ben real quick. We share our listing presentations, buyer presentations, how we're winning in the market, all of that. So, it just is a really, really cool event. And I feel grateful and lucky to be part of a company that does continue to grow its agents and agents helping agents grow as well, which I think is just amazing. I got to walk the stage for the Cultural Ambassador, which is a lifetime award. It's held, so Keller Williams, there's an icon, Mo Anderson, and it was the first female president, CEO of a real estate company ever. And her goal was to grow our agents to 50,000 agents at Keller Williams, and she did that. But what she really did was create the cultural standards and the 4 pillars that we stand on today for what Keller Williams is and why we are so different. Some people say like drinking the Kool-Aid. It's can be a real thing. It's not for everyone, but it's definitely for me. And being a part of that with her and honoring what she has taught me and the legacy that she has created. She's 88 years old and she is still kicking along. So I can share more about that later, and I'll do a Facebook post and all of that. But I was just sharing a little bit about why we're doing it on Thursday, which is still a 2 of us on a T day. So why not Thursday? So that's always fun. I did want to share a little story this morning. So we are getting more calls on situations with people not making their mortgage payments or bought a couple years ago and don't know what to do because they're underwater in their homes, they've lost jobs, divorce situations. Just a lot of life happening outside right now. And before you just walk away from your home, even if you've missed payments, if we can sell it and you don't owe anything, it's so much easier to look at, okay, what's the next year? Go a year. You don't have any more missed payments. You don't have any of that versus foreclosure. We can look at short sale options. Like there's a lot of different things that can happen before you just say, I don't want to deal with this and walk away. Um, Sorry, someone was calling me. Even on your investment properties, in state, out of state, whatever it may be, we have resources for everything. So I just seen an uptick in that. Doesn't mean the market's going to crash. No. Doesn't mean that life's happening. Absolutely. We figured this with credit card debt and a lot of job layoffs. There's a lot of that going on. Secondly, I'm also getting a lot of calls of people losing their elderly loved ones and having to go through probate and all of that stuff. So we're going to start doing some classes with our attorney friends on what that looks like and CPAs on irrevocable living trusts, how to handle that, how to set up your family and have those tough conversations so that we're not having to wait and have it go through probate, and really setting you guys up for success, because that can be a long, drawn out, very expensive process that can be eliminated with, thousands of dollars up front, but so small compared to the reality and the lack of control when a situation comes later on. So that was my 2 things. Take it away to you, Benjamin.
Well, Well, thank you. And that is amazing. And I think just education is huge. So I love that we're starting to do that. So we have the do not. We'll start there on the do's and do nots of home buying. The newest one is do not make any large deposits or change bank accounts.
So I can't go to the casino and win a jackpot and go deposit it?
You can, please do that. But don't deposit it. Call and have a conversation with us. Reason is if you do a cash deposit, sometimes that has to be backed out of the purchase if you're under contract. And if you just deposit $5,000 into your account because maybe it was mattress money, we don't have a way to track that. So the key is, even with a change of bank account, is they want to make sure that if you're getting a gift or you're depositing money, that you can track where it comes from. It doesn't mean we can't use it 100% of the time. Majority of the time we cannot. But it is, so if you just live the life the way you're living, if you do end up getting a gift for a wedding, or, a parent wants to give you money for buying the home, then just make sure that you communicate with us so we can get it done correctly so that it can be used during the transaction.
Yeah, it has to be tracked. I mean, I remember stories back in the day of, grandparents giving money or parents, and then they don't want to give their bank statements and track where it came from and all of that. So, there is some obligation to that, which is an amazing gift, but we do have to work through that.
Yep. Agreed.
So.
Agreed. And the thing that I am so excited to chat about right now, and we'll see how it works out long term, is they just passed a new bill or act. It's called the Home Buyers Privacy Protection Act of 2025. It passed a while ago with what's called trigger leads. So if you've pulled your credit anywhere in the past basically couple of years, you probably, just like all of us, have been just barrage of phone calls, upwards of 50, 60 in a day. And they're very annoying. And they will say that they have you approved, that they've seen your credit. They will say whatever they can, from what I've heard, to get you to have a conversation and use their services. So as of right now, we don't have full communication or clarity on how this is going to pan out, or what exactly the resources and tools and steps they're going to take. But as of right now, what we know, which is huge, is you're no longer going to get those barrage of phone calls. The only people that can call, which you still will get calls, okay, because unless you do the things that we'll go over again, like opt out, but the only person that can call you is, one, your current servicer. So whoever's servicing your credit. So if you own a home currently and you're using XYZ, then they can do what's called a trigger lead, where when you go pull credit, they would buy that information and call you and offer you services. The number two is the last person or company that originated the loan. So if your servicer was a separate company and it was sold, but you were originated by this person could then do a trigger lead and call you and offer services when you did go pull your credit.
So the lender or the company?
It says that's why I said there's not a lot of clarification around this. It says the last company that originated the loan, but your license is tied to that. So people have asked, we did a Zoom just the other day, and they asked that question: is it the client's responsibility for that license, or is it the company's responsibility? Which one is it? Because if that person does leave that company and go somewhere else, can they, because it was their past client? So there's no clarity yet on that I've heard of. So as that unfolds over the next few weeks, we'll get that updated. Your banking relationship. If you bank with Bank of America or wherever you bank with, and you have an account with them and you have a relationship with them, they can reach out and buy that. So I think that's going to be more prominent in the future. I don't know if they're buying them now, but I think, they may, now they have that opportunity. And then the last
Absolutely.
one, which I think is going to be where this specifically goes, is, and you have to have a specific agreement with the customer that allows you to do that.
Mm.
So like an opt-in agreement that you can follow up with them in the future to give them services. So
Okay.
that,
Can I explain a little bit more of the opt-in
please.
of where I can see?
Yes.
So people are on home sites, Redfin, Zillow, whatever you're looking at, or you're using a mortgage calculator. People don't realize that when you're on there, you may not realize you're opting in, but a lot of those times you are. So what this is going to come down to is a relationship game, because at the end of the day, who you can, your bank, your previous lender or company XYZ, it's going to come down to who you're in relationship with and who you feel the best that can serve you through this process.
Yep. And that's what I was going to say next. And you hit it, the nail on the head, is when you're online shopping, okay, or you're looking at things and you click a button that says sign here, make sure you read and open up the terms of service. Make sure that you look at it, because that could be right there where you're opting in for them to sell your information to 100 companies that will call you and will give you services. You may not want that other third party to call you. You just wanted to find out more here and you just clicked a button real quick. Make sure you're reading and inspecting what you expect.
Yeah.
Now, another way to, and we've all been chatting about this long term, is it does not matter if you leave off your address when you pull credit or your phone numbers. I had a question recently of, well, how did this person call me when my number wasn't even on the application?
Right.
There's so much information online already about us with our
Oh my
past.
God. Yes.
And if you don't opt out and you don't sign up for do not call.gov and you don't report junk on your phone when they call, and everybody gets those scam likely calls every once in a while.
Hmm.
That's a company that maybe was portrayed as someone that was bothering someone else. So the three things that you should be doing, no matter what phone company you have, no matter what you do, is optoutprescreen.com. We'll make sure to put it in the comments below. Do not call.gov, sign up for that so that you have recourse if someone does breach that for you. And then also, as these folks are calling you, if it does go to that, make sure you just report them, hit junk, and make sure you're continuing to end their phone calls. If you answer their phone calls, you're giving them more ammunition to be able to call you and other people.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it is really good news. It's just we're in the middle of it, just happened. So it's going to be exciting over the next few weeks to see how this unfolds and what really goes on and how they're going to, my questions are more of how are you going to kind of police this? How do you do it, and what will be the fines, or what happens? If it's as simple as someone sends an e-cig and they press it and now everybody's opt in, then you're probably still going to get a ton of phone calls. And it depends on how and what people do. So I'm excited to see how this goes.
Yeah, it definitely is something that is so frustrating for our clients. And um, it's a lot, especially when you're like, you don't know what call you should be answering, not answering. What does it look like? All of that kind of stuff. I mean, I was at a listing appointment with a client that's going through something, and she probably had like 50
Yeah.
since 10 a.m. that morning, and she has to answer her phone. It's her business. And it's really frustrating. So I'm glad that there's going to be some recourse eventually to this.
Me too.
Um, I mean, do not call in general. I mean, those are huge fines. I see real estate agents get dinged for it all the time because they don't respect it. Knock on wood, I haven't, thank goodness. But it's all the name of the game. Just respect people's privacy and you will do good.
And we have to do a better job as professionals to, now that this kind of thing is here, do a better job kind of going through that and setting proper expectations and letting them know what may happen if they do go online, like we said, and, you know, create maybe an agreement between us of, you know, we're going to reach out to you and manage this debt for you and help you, and, you know, do a, you know, a follow-up to make sure what your value is, a value report, or whatever that may look like. It's on us as professionals to understand what's going on currently and relay that education to these consumers.
Yeah. Yep. There's a lot. AI, internet, all of it. I mean, you talk in your phone and now you have ads for different things that come up. So it's
Right.
just our information is not private anymore. I mean, I use a company that can find phone numbers for people that don't put their phone numbers on things. So it's a pretty simple and it's cost effective. And so if I can do that, I know other people can too. And
Yeah.
it just keeps continuing to go on. And our job is to make the process as seamless as possible for you. And this is one of those things that can help with that at the end of the day, because it is a very frustrating experience, unfortunately.
Yep.
Okie doke.
Well,
Well,
that was it.
awesome. Well, I'm glad I'm back.
Yes.
Nice to see you, babe. And we will get back at you guys on Tuesday. It'll be a short turnaround, but we'll see you then.
See you guys later.